Black. All important movies start with a black screen. And music. Edgy, scary music that would make a parent or studio executive nervous.
The Batman is directed by Matt Reeves and it stars Robert Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz, Paul Dano, Andy Serkis, Colin Farrell, and Jeffrey Wright, and so many more. The long-awaited The Batman is finally here. This film is a new reboot on the Batman character and mythology, and is separate from the DCEU universe, and it's its own story. This might be, I don't know, the 50th reboot of Batman? Well, this film stars a more younger version of Bruce Wayne, who is tasked with taking down the Riddler, who is putting in dangerous crimes within the city of Gotham. Bruce Wayne / Batman then has to team up with Selina Kyle / Catwoman to take down the Riddler and hopefully save the day, going through insanely dangerous antics at the same time. When the very first trailer of this dropped back in 2020, I was insanely hyped. Not only does this film look so amazingly directed, the production and cinematography look insane. The more trailers and commercials that dropped out of this, I was only more hyped. Bruce Wayne / Batman has a different take to his character, trying to figure out his way of being a good vigilante. Selina Kyle / Catwoman is figuring out herself and how to survive in her life. Batman / Catwoman has always been allies within investigations. They are partners in crime and they are both pursued by their drive to fight evil and protect Gotham. Then we get to the fucking Riddler. I love the idea of this Riddler, played by Paul Dano. If you remember, the last person that has played the Riddler full in costume was Jim Carrey. Yes, Jim Carrey played the Riddler in his usual Jim Carrey-like persona in Batman Forever. Batman Forever was a more light-hearted Batman film separate from the Keaton Batman films of the late 80s/90s. But man, Paul Dano's Riddler is... he's something else. Like, I love the idea of having the Riddler being this more Jigsaw-like villain and making him composed entirely in duct tape. Like, this motherfucker looks freaky. So the million-dollar question is, how is this film? Well, the Batman absolutely floored me from beginning to end. Batman has been dark before, but this is probably the darkest I've ever seen a Batman film be. This Batman specifically is him before he was fully formed as the hero. Bruce Wayne is seen in other Batman films as this rich billionaire that deals with his own causes, but Bruce Wayne is rich in this one, but he's more mellow and quiet, which I kind of like surprisingly. It feels like an origin story, but for Bruce as a person. Also, I like how in certain scenes we see Bruce Wayne in the daytime, because there isn't like too many scenes of Batman films with Bruce Wayne in the daytime. Like in this film it was small, but it was kind of refreshing at the same time. Speaking of refreshing, the detective aspect of Batman is fully realized, and it's even innovative within his gadgets and the way he solves riddles. Also, Robert Pattinson is a great actor. Like this dude can do many things. Up with Good Time, The Lighthouse, and Tenet, his Twilight days are like way behind him, so I do not want to hear any more hate. No more hate. The score is haunting and eerie, and the cinematography and direction were really good. And the action, oh my god. Like, there were action scenes that were so well set up that they sent chills down my goddamn spine. The Batmobile chase with Penguin was an absolute thrill. Speaking of which, the Penguin. I really like the Penguin in this. He was a major crime boss. I enjoyed Danny DeVito's take on him, but I think Colin Farrell embodied this dude. I'm pretty interested in the spinoff. Zoe Kravitz rocks Catwoman. She has her own subplot, which connects to the main motive. And I love how the film focuses on Riddler and his traps, but also at the same time, it builds the world of Gotham that these characters embody. It is a universe that I would like to see developed more further down the line. Overall, The Batman is a fantastic film that focuses on such a broad universe, boasts great performances, and even great action. For the 3-hour runtime, I felt like every scene was essential and pivotal to the whole story. Now, I'm usually antsy around runtimes that are longer than 2 hours, but I think this film was really well paced, and I didn't think it dragged at all. Honestly, I think The Batman is probably the best Batman film since The Dark Knight. It's awesome. Now, yes, every now and then, I'm occasionally going to review a film, for whether it would be a new film or an old film. I want to expand this channel to things other than just music reviews. I was inspired by many different reviewers, such as Chris Stuckman, Anthony Fantano, Schaefer Rillis, Jeremy Johns, and many more. One of my favorite reviewers, Chris Stuckman, used to review films all the time, giving a letter score of what he thought of the film. But Chris Stuckman is now going to be like a film director, in which made him decide to drop the letter grade in order to give every film credit. because he's going to be like a director trying to break into the mold. And I'm proud of him for that. Alright, so my favorite form of grading has always been the letter grade. So I'm happy to take the mantle and start fresh with the Batman, which I'm giving an A+. I highly recommend it to DC fans or any kind of fans as a whole. I hope you liked what you saw, and please like and subscribe. Sayonara, pretty people.